Hey, it's Dave from SendPush, and in this quick video, I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process of setting up a brand new wallet pass inside of SendPush. This is super simple, and I'm going to take you through it step by step. So, if you are logged into your dashboard on the main page here, so if you're on the passes page, you're going to click up here in the upper right-hand corner, and you can create a new pass. So we'll just give this a new name here and hit enter. And it takes you through the guided step-by-step setup process for creating a new pass in SendPush. So if you can see here, we're on the first tab. This is for setting up the front of the pass, okay? We've already given our pass a name, but now you can edit that if you wanted to. And then we're going to give our pass a title, right? So maybe we're going to call this Sal's Pizza. And as you can see, as you edit that, it also updates here on the emulator on the right-hand side. So that's the pass title. The next option here is for the top field. So there is an area up here in the upper right-hand corner where you can add more context or text, right? So you might want to do something like status, and then you could say VIP member. Just as an example, maybe this is for like a VIP club type card where Sal's Pizza might send out some special offers or, information on things that are happening, and you would be the first to find out because you have the VIP member card installed on the mobile device, right? So just kind of tells somebody what this is. They're a VIP member. All right. Now, but depending on your use case, this content can be whatever you want it to be. The next step here is the ability to add a barcode. And the use cases for this can really vary depending on what you're doing, who you're working with, and what your goals are. But what you can do is add a barcode in here that can be scanned. It can just lead right to a website. Maybe for Sal's here, this might lead to online ordering. If you wanted to maybe like create a digital business card for yourself, this would allow you to create like a little landing page that has all your information, and then you can just open your wallet pass and say to somebody, "Hey, scan this," and it would take them to your little landing page. So this is optional too. You don't have to add this. Also, that goes along for the top field area here too. It's optional. So if you just leave it blank, it just won't add any text in that area. So what you can do is put a value in. So the value would be the actual URL, right? So we'll just put a URL in here. Whoop. There we go. And then you could say visit our website, right? So visit our website's the text that shows here on the bottom of the QR code. And this is the actual link that you'd be directed to if you were to scan it or click on it. Okay. Now, the next option here are pass content fields. And again, these are optional also. You don't have to add them, but they're a great way to let people know or instruct them what they can do with this pass or what it's all about. Okay. So if we click add field, you could do something like be the first to know about offers and events, just as an example. And as you can see, there's only so much text you can put in here too. So try to keep it as brief as possible. Offers at Sal's. And then you can put the value, which can add more context, right? So You can do an emoji here, just draw a little attention. Now, the way that people actually get the content or special stuff from the pass is actually on the back of the pass, right? This is a good place to educate people on how to actually access that. So what you could do is something like to access current offers, tap the three-dot menu in the upper right hand corner. There we go. Something like that. Okay. You might want to shorten it up a little bit, but you get the point. And then you can actually add, more of these too, if you want to. So that is the front of the pass. Pretty straightforward. Again, these fields are optional. The type of content that you might be adding to it is going to depend on your use case, the type of business you're working with, what you're trying to accomplish. I'm just entering stuff in here as an example. Okay, so let's go ahead and save our pass, and we're going to go to the next step here, which is design. Okay, so this is where you're going to be able to change the color scheme. You'll be able to upload, logos or icons in a banner. So the first step here is pass images. This is for your logo. So you can just click here, select the logo, and add it to your pass. The dimensions are 660 by 660, a square image basically, 1-to-1 aspect ratio. The next option here is your cover image, and it's a 620 by 246 pixel image. You can click on it. Now the cool thing is, let me just try to find an image here that I can use. Cool thing is it has a cropper on it. So really, if your image is not the exact size, you can kind of move it around here inside the cropper, get it centered, and then when you hit save, it'll actually be the correct aspect ratio and size for the banner itself. So you can, very, very easy and user-friendly. You can also kind of zoom in and zoom out if you need to. So you're going to add your logo, you're going to add your cover image, and then here in the next step, you're going to design the color scheme of your pass. So you can change the background color. So if you wanted to make it white, but then make all of the text darker so you can read it, obviously, you can do that, right? Google will automatically adapt the color scheme of the text in the background to make it readable for you, just so you know that. And these are really only supported by Apple Wallet in terms of the color scheme. So Google has a thing where they actually do that for you automatically. So that is the design. Super easy. Add your images, adjust your color scheme, and then you're going to move on to the final step here, which is the back of the pass. And this is really important because this is where the important information is going to live, right? So text fields. This is where you can add important information, links, different content that you want to display to people who are accessing or have access to your pass. So the first thing you can do is a title. So you could do something like a VIP gift, right? And then you can put a link in here, and then you could just use the display text for the link and just say tap here. And as you can see, it adds a hyperlinked text here. And then you can also, add some emojis to that if you wanted to kind of draw attention. Now you can add up to 3 of these per pass. So 3 of these text fields per pass, and they all have the same options for each that you have the ability to add. Now, there's another option here that's only supported by Google Wallet, and these are called link modules. They're kind of the same idea, but these are only supported on Apple Wallet. So the text fields are supported on Apple Wallet and Google Wallet. These link modules are only supported by Google Wallet. And it kind of works in the same way. It's just basically a title and a URL. So what you're going to end up with is hyperlinked text. So if we go here, you'll see title, right? And then you put the URL here, and then these are kind of like hyperlinked buttons per se. Again, these only work on Google Pass, okay? So that is it. That's how simple it is to create a pass here in SendPush. Literally, it can be like a 5-minute process. Always want to make sure that you update your pass, right, and save it. So you got your front of the pass, the design, and then the back of the pass. In the next video, we'll talk about the share pages that we create for you and how to edit those. So as an example, what's a share page? If you come over here, you can copy this URL, and if you paste that in, you have a page like this that we automatically create for you when you generate your pass. And in the next video, we're going to show you how to set up and edit this particular page. We'll see you in the next video.